Extra minutes.
To my darling daughter Stevie, there is a part of me that recognises that I have waited for you my whole life, even if not consciously. If life is however predestined, then you are always going to be. Yet we are lulled into thinking we have some control over our destiny, and whether we do or not, we find ourselves lost in the chasm of whether that is or isn't the truth. Sometimes we think we know the answer, and sometimes we spend a lifetime trying to find it. The power of thought or action perplexes us. When it suits us, we take responsibility for outcomes, usually when they're positive, and when we are sideswiped by the unthinkable, we become somehow victimised by fate, bad luck, or misfortune. I will not categorise my brief time with you, my angel, as anything other than enlightening to a degree that I could not have imagined. No matter how dramatic, challenging and final the circumstances were, I was never more alive and more in love than I was with you, than in the ruins of our circumstances. I have been in similar territory before, but none as paradoxical as ours. I have been on the precipice of character-defining and life-changing circumstances brought about by death prior to that night, but not anything like this. I never, even in my wildest fears, thought that I could find myself in the place where I was on that night with you. Something was familiar as that scene unfolded, even amongst the newness of that experience. As accosted as I was by the inconceivable reality that I had found myself in, I had no choice but to stay in it, to salvage every second and to be completely there with you, with every bit of myself. To not judge you for not staying with me longer, and to not blame you for the outcome we found ourselves in, but to push away anything that would tarnish my absolute and unmitigated love for you. For 7 years, I prayed for you. I injected hormones of hope into my body with the objective of having you. And I did have you, but not as I envisaged, not as anyone had. It's very hard to reconcile that I'm alive and that you are dead. Agonizing grief tenderizes your heart, and death is its cleaver. But I know how strong you were and how strong I needed to be. And I thank you for always being the softness that travels in and with me. I don't want you to be burdened with the responsibility of what happens next. You did what you needed to do, and now you need to be free. As the Greeks say, the world is big. Find your place in it, my darling, wherever that might be, and know that you will forever be adored, loved, and remembered. Your mother.